Hey guys, another day, another Project Zomboid Masterclass. Today, we're gonna try and be Bob the Builder. But before we're gonna jump into Masonry, because that's what we're gonna talk about today, I wanted to share a brief message with all of you, so here we go. Hey guys, just a few words from me. I started this channel back in January of this year, completely as a hobby project and a way to fill the free time that I've had. And just a few days ago, we've hit over 100 subscribers, which sounds to me pretty insane. And I just wanted to share massive words of appreciation to everyone that decided to kind of join the gang. What I can promise you is I will continue to make content. I will try to make it as good as possible and get better as we go. Is it going to be perfect? Probably not. Am I going to make mistakes? Probably yes. Make sure to correct me on that. But yeah, you guys keep me going, so I really appreciate you, and yeah, now let's get on with the tutorial. Now, if this is not your first episode of Masterclass, you know I like to define what exactly we're going to talk about. And today we're talking about Masonry, which is a skill that focuses on the creation of brick and stone constructions. These can be stronger than the wooden constructions built through carpentry, and Masonry bricks can be crafted through pottery. That is why the previous episode of Masterclass was exactly talking about the skill of pottery. Make sure to check it out if you have not seen it yet. And since the definition does state that through masonry you can build either using bricks or stone, and we know how to acquire bricks, let's talk about acquiring stones for construction. There are three ways to acquire stones, either through foraging, through interacting with loose stones lying all over the map using your right click, or exploiting mineral deposits, which I'm going to show you now. Now, in order to exploit mineral deposits, you need to have either a sledgehammer, which is a dream of pretty much every single Project Zomboid player, or alternatively, you can also use a pickaxe. Now, I was lucky enough to find a sledgehammer in the barn right next to my base, so I had no issues with that. Call me lucky. So essentially what your character will do, they will break down a mineral deposit into pieces that you can pick up into your inventory. And like I mentioned before, it's also possible to pick up single items like single stones or single large stones. You will quickly learn to differentiate between a item and a deposit. Mind you, these things do weigh a lot, so you're gonna tire out your character very fast when you're actually sourcing for these materials, but it's the same thing in real life, so it makes perfect sense. Now, I found leveling up Masonry to be extremely easy, especially that you actually need to hit Masonry level 2 to be able to construct pretty much anything you need. It's actually funny because the Wikipedia for the game says that in order to build brick walls, you need to have Masonry level 5, while in-game all of these options are unlocked at level 2. I'm not sure if it's a bug, but hey, better for us, right? And how to level up Masonry? Well, apart from actually building stuff, you can also prepare the materials, which also give you experience, like grinding limestone, which I'm doing here, or shaping stones into stone blocks used for construction. All of that gives you experience points. And even sourcing mineral deposits like limestone gives you experience points. This is a great example. I actually hit level 1 by picking up some more limestone. So like I mentioned, it was a pretty effortless experience, which is a nice change when compared to some other skills. I'm actually working now on bringing you guys a complete metalworking tutorial, and I'm just gonna tease it out. It was probably the most horrible experience I have ever had in Project Zomboid, so once it drops, you will see for yourself. Yeah, but back to Masonry. So like I said, you want to hit that level 2 because at level 2 you open up the possibility of constructing pretty much anything. One of the things that I really wanted to build was a mill, which is pretty essential for long-term survival. You can use a mill to grind any kind of seeds into flour. You actually need stone blocks for that, so here you can see my guy grinding stones into stone blocks. It also gives you experience points. Easy level 2, easy. So once you hit that level 2 in Masonry, apart from building walls and stuff like that, one of really important things that you can do is you can take large stones and shape them into stone wheels. Now these things are super heavy, so either have a car with you or just, you know, like pick up something which is super close to your workshop. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Now, these stone wheels are building blocks for stuff like mills, or if you want to make a pottery wheel, which allows you to shape clay into various different objects. It just kind of shows how masonry and pottery are so essentially connected. And just keep in mind that, like with most skills, you often require specific tools. In this particular case, you need a mason's chisel in order to be able to carve the stone into a wheel. And now we'll be placing some really neat structures. Fun fact, in order to build a mill, you need to have a large handle. So this is where our carving guide comes in handy, because I was able to carve out a large handle. I didn't need to look for one. Apparently, it's not such an useless skill as I thought in the beginning. One more thing, which I probably should have mentioned earlier, but I'm going to mention it now. For your masonry buildings, you will need clay cement. You will need clay cement to keep those stones or those bricks together. So always have a bucket of clay cement whenever you want to build something. Clay cement is a basic mixture of 3 different ingredients. Those ingredients are clay, surprise, surprise, water, and sand. So sand also comes in handy. So now we've got pretty much everything we need to, you know, go wild with our imagination. Now, important note, if you want to build something, you need to have the materials for it either in your inventory or in the close proximity of the spot in which you want to build it. It's not going to work the way I wanted to do it here. I had to physically carry all of that. And in situations in which you want to build really heavy structures, like say an advanced forge, which I'm going to be showing you in the metalworking guide that's going to come up next. Well, the basic solution is just to drop everything in the area where you're going to build it, so that everything is in range when you actually trigger the building action. Building walls is pretty straightforward. There isn't much to talk about here. However, one thing to keep in mind is that it does consume quite a lot of cement. So you either, you know, make surplus, or, you know, get ready for frequent visits to your sink or whatever is your water source to mix new cement in. And one more thing related to walls, which is really important. What are the differences between walls made out of different materials? Well, basically, they differ in durability, but as of today, when I'm recording this, I haven't found a clear answer to what are the specific differences. And Wikipedia does mention that there are further changes planned. So let's just assume these things are going to be slightly different in the future, and we just need to wait for a confirmation about this. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys today is that not only walls can be built using the masonry skill, you can actually build floors as well. In order to build floors, you need to first create tiles, ceramic tiles, and you can make nice pathways, or, you know, kind of tile out your kitchen floor or wherever your imagination thinks is necessary and suitable for your base. And obviously masonry is still like brand new in game, so I am hoping we're gonna get much more customization options in the future. I would like to see more you know, like colors introduced into making tiles, or maybe different tile patterns to make stuff fit more your aesthetic needs and tastes. But even at this very basic level, you can make lots of cool stuff. I mean, I love the backyard I've set up. It's a backyard setup for my blacksmithing workshop. You're gonna see it in the next episode. I was really happy with the final product. So that's pretty much it for today. If you have any questions, or you have some ideas or thoughts about masonry, I would love for you to share them in the comments. Again, one more time, massive thank you to everyone that's with me, who subscribed to the channel and who watch my content. You guys are amazing. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. I'm Gertrix. Cheers, guys.